We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, introducing the rest of the 2K broadcast team. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. And brought to you by State Farm, here's a quick look at our starting lineups. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
Well, you look at the full package from offense to defense in LeBron, and you know the thing that's so astounding about him is that he has that innate sense of where his teammates are at any given time, and because of his size as a ball handler, he can see right over the top of defenses and always find the open man.
Yeah, you're all over it there, Steve, and that was the one thing when I first saw him play as a high schooler that jumped out at me, his vision. He's a terrific passer. His passing ability gives him that extra sense to get steals and also be in the right area to anticipate and generate steals. I mean, it's not just offensively where he benefits from his vision, but defensively as well.
Well, I think the time has passed when the Heat were kind of the villains of the NBA. It seemed like that role maybe went over to Dwight Howard a year ago with all of his individual issues. But, you know, LeBron and Bosh, Wade, they're never going to be, you know, the lovable underdog. But I think things have settled down there, and people have at least accepted them for who they are now.
Real persistence on his part. Stayed with the play and cashed in with the second chance points.
Count it from 12. LeBron's now got his first points in this one.
His offensive game is so refined, guys. Extremely well developed in just about every aspect.
Time certainly tends to heal a lot, and there definitely has been less villainization, as you were talking about, Steve, to coin a term, for the Miami Heat since they, you know, Clark signed the big three. I think people now look at him in more basketball terms than anything else.
Yeah, I like the creativity of that word, Kevin, but you know what? Time is one thing, but I'll tell you something else. They should send a fruit basket to Dwight Howard for helping take some of the scrutiny off of them. There are always going to be villains in the NBA, but they come and go, and the Heat seem to have served their time, at least in my opinion.
Clock at 2. Davis. Second chance shot, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Good strength there, just barely off with that attempt.
I don't think you can fault him right there. A lot of contact on that one. Not very often, but every now and then a player will throw his teammates under the bus. Happened last year here in Orlando with Dwight Howard.
Catching up on the changes with Miami.
Oh, how about that basketball fan? Wow. Very few players have his explosiveness. I mean, man, can he ever fly to get to that rim?
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Duhon kicks to Redick. Leads him in there. Ion feeds to Richardson. He dishes it to Ayon. The fadeaway. Harrington. He's guarded by Haslem. Shoots from 12. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Gives him the lead pass. Cole the pass to Haslem. The pass to Cole. Jacks up a 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Duhon. The shot is off. It's all tied in Miami. And the second. 7. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic start in the second. They've got Hedo Turkoglu. Vucevic is out there with Al Harrington. Then there's Afflalo, and it's Duhon in at the 1 spot. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, the Miami Heat in their present incarnation have lacked that dominant shot-blocking big man in the middle, but they still have been one of the league's elite defensive teams. Last season, they tweaked their defensive philosophy to try to force more turnovers and enable them to get out and run. As Eric Spoelstra said, we wanted to play more to our athleticism and our activity. And LeBron added, the coach just wants us to be disruptive. We're just trying to use our instincts to create more turnovers. Because we know if we create more turnovers, then it's off to the races. Kevin?
Doris, turnover is a great way to start a break, and they're dynamite in transition.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those. You know, you talk about a franchise that's accustomed to playing in the postseason. The Magic fans have been a bit spoiled in that regard. Seems every year they're in the playoffs.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Well, back to the Magic. The team was founded back in 1989, and since then they have had only, 9 postseasons missed? That's a pretty good mark, Steve.
Well, between Shaq and Dwight Howard, they've enjoyed, having two of the best centers of all time with their franchise over the years. So now it's just a matter of, can they move forward after last season's difficult circumstances?
The Heat making a switch here. James is checked in.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up. I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
So for the Magic, Ian comes in for Al Harrington. And Hedo Turkoglu is subbed in for Quentin Richardson. Davis dishes to Ayon. Dunks it down.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Now those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
LeBron, good.
Oh, and their offense scorching now. Red hot. They've really turned it on.
I don't think they can play any better, guys. I mean, they are just making it look easy out there.
Orlando trailing here. Turkoglu kicks to Nelson. Over James. Again, the Magic scores. Heat have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Ian. Harrington comes in for Glenn Davis. Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Duhon in for Jameer Nelson.
Well, neither team has really gained an edge rebounding-wise here, and the score reflects that.
Well, if one team can start hitting the boards harder, I mean, it'll give them a good chance to pull away.
Here's Bosch. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Bosch has got 4 this quarter.
Things are starting to warm up from the field for them this quarter as they add to their lead.
Yeah, it seems like everybody, Steve, has the hot hand right now.
Harrington with a screen on LeBron. From deep, Turkoglu. No good. Here's Allen. No good. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Heat lead by 2. And Jordan.
Now, presented by Sprint.
All right, I hope you're enjoying this Wednesday of NBA action. Now let's get to the halftime report. We've seen the Heat slugging it out. They're really working that ball around, doing a nice job keeping the D off balance. Getting it done early, D. Wade. He's got 5 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well.
Welcome back as we take a look at this soaring view of the downtown Miami skyline. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
The way he's moved through the defense so far through 2 quarters, it's like everybody but him is in slow motion.
Well, he's just that quick going to the basket, Steve. I mean, the help defense just isn't getting there in time, and he's been able to finish.
Dwayne Wade and LeBron James at the 2 and 3. Shane Battier is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Chalmers in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And he's a go-to scorer for a reason, Kevin. He's aggressive. He can adapt to what the defense is doing. You can put your best defender on him. It doesn't matter. Wade will still find ways to get to the basket.
Yeah, he's able to make acrobatic finishes and shots that you just can't believe he does. I mean, it takes your breath away, Steve. It's a hard shot, an impossible shot for most players, but for him, it almost seems par for the course.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, LeBron James won his 3rd MVP last season. He's one of only 8 players in NBA history to achieve that. LeBron said, Every time I go out on the basketball court, I try to be the MVP for our team, and I try to lead. I want to be the best. And anytime fans leave the game, hopefully they can say, LeBron was the best player on the court tonight. I just hold myself to that standard. Guys, he's incredible.
That's why he's a champion, Doris. Thanks.
Yeah, such an amazing talent. He impacts the game in every way.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Miami. And then Bosh with the jam.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes. When the Big Three formed, one of the first thoughts that followed was, who's going to play with them? In 2011, the bench was thin, but it got a little better last year, I thought, Kevin.
Kicks it to Battier. Lets it go with a three. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. The Magic trail by 5. Over LeBron. Here's Ion. Hits it. Well done in the second effort. Ion's got 7. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Battier cannot hit. I agree, Clark. You know, the Heat were able to add a little bit of depth last season. They would need to because Bosh got hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah, but, you know, it was interesting. For most of the season, it seemed like they're just...
Don't drop your jaw.
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
Man, they should be, Kevin. That was one elaborate finish.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Afflalo, that's good.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
The Heat leading by 3. Here's Bosh. A monster one-hand slam.
Perfect inbounds play there. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And the Magic shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. Out to Nelson. Pass to Turkoglu. He feeds it to AI. Another shot. They get it again. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You can hear the impact from where I am.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
Man, you know, you'll take what you can from him from the foul line. A season ago, he shot in that low 60% range.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
And we
29. The Magic, 26.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Hey guys, well it was the stretch by the Heat that garners the uncontainable game today. As the game has worn on, they have stepped up their intensity defensively, their best quarter being the 3rd. That's the difference right now as they look to finish this game off.
Doris, thanks, and I think we can all agree the whole flow to their game sort of gelled at that point, don't you think, Steve?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Everything came together for them all at once. I mean, their shots started dropping one after another at one end, and then at the other end, they went into lockdown mode defensively.
Yeah, it was truly a good stretch for them, Steve. All they needed were a few things to kind of click into place, and then they were rolling on all cylinders.
So on the floor for Orlando, Jameer Nelson is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Glenn Davis. Then it's Al Harrington. And it's Richardson in at the 3 spot. Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslem. Battier comes in for Rashard Lewis. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Here's Afflalo, and it's blocked. Turkoglu outside. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Nelson. To take the lead. Tries to keep it alive. The 3 from Afflalo. It's rebounded by Bosh. Bosh has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's LeBron.
Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like it checking his landing. I think, Clark, man, pretty big statement, too.
yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
And the highlight reel replay. Brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Nelson kicks to Turkoglu to tie it up. Snatched up. Here's Davis. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Allen kicks to Chalmers. The feed to Battier. Three-pointer. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists tonight.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Mario Chalmers. And the change for the Magic. Ian checked in for Glenn Davis. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
Passes it to Harrington. He passes it to Ion. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. From deep, Turkoglu. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson.
And that's what you love to do as the road team, Kevin. Hit the big shot to take the crowd right out of it.
Well, they've done that for sure.
They sure have. And that shot right there had a huge effect on this crowd. Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this. Boy, that's too easy. You cannot let a shooter that good get a warm-up jump shot like that. If you do that, it'll be raining all day from out there.
Now, you guys know the 3-ball is his bread and butter.
Harrington for 3. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, he can shoot the 3. We know that. But I'm not sure the D does. I mean, they weren't anywhere near him on that possession.
Shot from the wing. Allen's shot is off.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Back to Harrington. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
What a huge shot.
That's what happens when you knock it down late.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get him to the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And an intentional foul right there. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Boy, that's huge. Big foul shots to get them the 3-point lead.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You've got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Well, that's all she wrote. I think he sealed the deal with those free throws.
Here's Nelson. Off target with that shot. And so it's Miami winning this one. They
46. The Magic, 41.